If you like any of these shows, watch this video till the end. You're not gonna be disappointed. And if you don't know any of these, what are you doing with your life? But back to topic. A couple years ago, Netflix released a show called Dorohedoro that I'd probably never watch based on its trailer. What is that supposed to be? A talking lizard in an anime that looks like early 2000s CGI? Miss me with that. But I was pretty bored at that time, and I was kinda in for a hate watch. And I gotta say, it was way better than I expected. And when I got into the manga, I was hooked. This is a masterpiece. The manga, which the show is based on, is actually rather old. It started in 2000, ending in 2018. Man, calling a 2000 show old? I think I'm old. Very old. But back to the plot. I'm not gonna spoil any major plot points, but I'm just going to give you a quick introduction about our characters and why you must watch the show. The story mainly revolves about Kaiman, the lizard guy. And why does he have a lizard head? Well, that's what he'd like to understand as well. I love that the show is so self-aware that it basically says, well, we know the premise is bad. We need to change it. But back to Kaiman. He has no memory of his former life. He just woke up in the hole looking like that. What's the hole, you ask? In Dorohedoro's world, there are basically 3 layers. At first we have the magicians. At first we have the magician's world. Difficult. The place of magic users. It's a somewhat organized place with some rules. But if a magic user wants to experiment with their magic, they use magical gates to enter the hole. The hole is a place where non-magic users live. The place is pure chaos. Pollution is everywhere, it's dirty, crime is rampant, and magic users go here to test their magic on non-magic users, and often they're just killing them for fun. And now you can guess what happened to Kaiman. Some magic user must have messed him up. But how do we find out what happened? Well, get a friend and just kill every magic user you can find. Because when the user is killed, the effectiveness of the magic stops. And that's what gets our story started. And to be honest, from a story perspective, it doesn't sound too amazing. What makes this show actually amazing are the writing and the characters. Dorohedoro is pure chaos. Almost everyone is completely unhinged, magic users are running mad, and then there's the Ant Family, a mafia-like organization that controls most of the magicians' realm. Difficult word. Partly with money, partly with force. And then there's also this black substance that enhances magic power, but has some drawbacks as well. The series switches perspective all the time, so you're never stuck with one character for too long, and that's what makes the show interesting. You will almost love every character, because they're so far away from every standard character you know from other anime. They feel so much more soulful and alive. And if this is not enough to convince you, check out the manga. Kyu Hayashida's art style is amazing. Her world looks like it oozes sludge everywhere. It's dark, dirty and desperate, but not for everyone. Some people clearly drew the short end of the stick, but they still try to make the best out of it, and that's what makes it so fun. For the manga, I have all of them. The covers just look amazing, and I display them with Manga Guardian, 15% off with my code Sleepy15, and with the second season released on Netflix, which I'd never see coming honestly, I thought they killed the show. We have something very fun to watch. If you want to get into it, I proceed the following way. I personally really wanted to hate the first season because on a surface level, well, let's be honest, it looks shit. But when I rewatched it, I realized it isn't as bad as I remembered it. The animation still cannot really transfer the art style, you will never get this right, but it's honestly not too bad. The voice actors did an amazing job, and it's way better than you might think. So I'd say watch 3 episodes of Dorohedoro and then start the manga. And then you can decide which is the right path for you. And I know it looks bad, but trust me, this is one of the better shows that came out in the last 25 years. And if you come from my Helsing videos, you're going to love the show. I really hope the second season announcement gets more people into the anime and manga, because it deserves every bit of attention it can get, so please check it out. Till then, have fun watching and see you in the next video. Bye!